to left fielder. That's Cheyenne Pratt. Makes the easy catch. 2 up and 2 down for the Lopes in the top of the first. Shea Smith is the starting shortstop. And our twin sister, Sierra Smith. She wears number 3 on her jersey, and she is the third baseman. Remarkably, both Sierra and Shea have comparable 424, not comparable, but identical 424 batting averages.
It's got to be a twin thing.
Tell you what, I'm sure they have fun competing on every level. Who's got the higher on-base percentage? Who's got more RBI? So that first pitch in for a strike. Again, Allison Ducey, she's up there throwing strikes. Wind up in the pitch, swing and a miss. So Sierra down quickly on 2 strikes.
This is an Iowa pitching staff that likes to go right after these batters. Doesn't matter what team. The game before, only 70 pitches for 7 innings.
And a foul tip that the catcher hangs on to. That's Devin Cantu. 3 up and 3 down for the Lopes in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base.
Men's basketball 1 win away from
awaiting this opportunity. They've gone through their 4-year Division I probationary period. This year they finished 3rd in the regular season, 2 wins in the tournament. Now they're ready to take on the Aggies of New Mexico State.
And talking about New Mexico State, not that you don't want to look forward too far, but New Mexico State, a team that had a couple struggles to Seattle, so definitely a team that's mortal.
Absolutely, absolutely. Lopes could have won either of those 2 games they played in the regular season. But now we turn our attention to softball. In the circle for the Lopes, the veteran, number 17, Brianne Bobo Bocage Aguilar. She's 7-6 on the season with a 3.67 ERA. First hitter for the Hawkeyes is the first baseman, Mallory Killian. And the first pitch looked like a good spot, just missed the inside corner.
Killian comes in batting .333. She's a great leadoff batter, and when she gets on, she doesn't like to steal much, but she has a strong on-base percentage of .476. And
that next pitch is grounded to right field for a base hit. Taylor Kay knocks it down, gets the ball in. So a single leading off the bottom of the first for the Hawkeye first baseman.
Fear not, Bobo giving up her 1 and only hit early against Georgetown last night. Went 6 innings, only 1 hit, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. You'd like to see another strong performance here.
Absolutely. And now batting second, the shortstop, Arilee Bogart for the Hawkeyes. She takes that first pitch outside for a ball. Yeah, this way you get all that stress of the potential no-hitter out of the way. Now she can just go out there, throw strikes, get ahead of the hitters, and let her fielders do their job. Wind up in the pitch, fouled down the third base line. Hawkeyes coach fields that one with her feet. And 1-on-1, 1-and-1 to Arilee Bogart. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the first, no score. Wind up in the pitch, squares to bunt, low and outside, 2-and-1.
Well, depending on the catcher for GCU, you'll see a lot more back picks to first and third. Kenzie Hill not necessarily as aggressive as Nikki Gonzalez is.
They both have strong arms though, so Hawkeyes probably have that scouted. Wind up in the pitch, looks like a changeup outside corner for a strike. That evens the count at 2-2.
Always talk about the zone and depending on what it's going to be based on umpire. Well, today it looks like it's outside. Last night was inside.
And ground ball to second. Going to tag the runner there. And that's the only play, the force out at first. Bogart on with a fielder's choice. Good base running by the Iowa Hawkeyes to avoid that double play.
Number 9, the third baseman.
Now batting the third baseman, Sarah Kurtz.
That's a tough play for Olsen because, yeah, you don't necessarily want to throw it because she's coming right at you, natural instincts, but at the same time as the runner, it was a good job to back away and get as much time.
Absolutely. You want to get that out. First out of the inning. That pitch on the inside corner for a strike. And part of it too, I don't know if you noticed, Alex, when she kind of separated the ball from her glove. Now I've seen the players tag somebody with the glove and not have the ball, and then that runner is safe. So it's a good play.
And that's almost an instinct thing too. I mean, you're really just thinking about throwing it before tagging, and obviously don't mean to do that, but
exactly. Now Bobo ahead of the hitter, 0-2. That pitch on the outside corner called for a strike. Way ahead of the hitter now, outside corner, good pitch on 0-2. See if that hitter will chase. She didn't. Good disciplined Big Ten hitter.
Yeah, a lot of play discipline in the game this morning, and a 5-0 win against Georgetown for the Hawkeyes.
And the pitch, inside that hits her. Boy, no, Bobo didn't want to do that. Now we have runners on first and second with one out. Hit batter. Brings up the designated player, Mackenzie Schneider.
Oh, you said it. These Iowa Hawkeyes put a 4 spot in the first inning in the previous game, and now threatening first and second with only an out.
Yeah, you don't want to get behind early against good teams like this, especially when the pitcher has a 1.5 ERA. Swing and a miss on that first pitch. I know it was the first game that I had the chance to do the play-by-play when the Lopes took on South Dakota, and Bobo had a real hard time getting ahead of the hitters. So I know making a concerted effort to do that today. That next pitch grounded foul just beyond third base. Again, Hawkeyes coach has some pretty good foot action. She must have been a soccer player in her younger days.
Now, a lot of nice moves on the baselines, but for Bobo, it's really been a tale of two different pitchers. You know, either she's dialed in throwing strikes and having strikeouts, or she's missing and really having struggles with walks.
Yeah, absolutely. That pitch just off the outside corner. Again, you were mentioning if the umpire gives that corner inside, outside, as long as he's consistent, that's the thing you're looking for. 1-2 on the batter. The pitch, strike. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's a big strikeout.
Huge.
With runners on first and second and one out.
Huge, and that's the 4 spot. So Schneider hit that one to the track last game, almost over, but nice catch by the Georgetown player. So that's a huge out now, forced out at any base.
Exactly, and that brings up center fielder, Allie Wood. Allie Wood hitting .261 on the season. Wind up in the pitch. Over the outside corner for a called strike. Umpiring today behind home plate is Joe Coates. First base, Trina Comerford. And at third base, Gary Mitchell. Again, runners on first and second, now 2 outs. The wind up and the pitch. Low and inside, runners are going. The throw to third. Safe at third. Both runners advance.
Talked about the arm strength there for Hill and Gonzalez. Well, this time it's Hill behind the plate. A good throw, nice wherewithal to pick up the ball. I just think it squirted a little too far.
Just enough for both runners to advance. Pitch is fouled towards the Hawkeye dugout.
Looking at the batting averages for the University of Iowa, not really, you're going to not see a ton of too high numbers, but not a real parity in numbers, not the highest highs or the lowest lows, just kind of average and consistent throughout.
And that's probably a reflection on their competition with a record of 6-7 on the season as well. Early season against some of the stronger teams in the nation. Wind up in the pitch, fouled down the left field line. Count remains 1-2. Again, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Hawkeyes are the home team in this game. Runners at second and third. Bobo needs to get out of this jam. Bobo is a sophomore. Plenty of good experience last year following Taylor Nolan, who's one of the better pitchers in the Western Athletic Conference during her GCU career. Wind up in the pitch. Bounced it right over home plate. Low for ball 2. Even across the board. Here in the bottom of the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on base, nobody in. Big pitch. You don't really want to go with the full count here on the batter. Wind up in the pitch. Way outside. Looks like she held on to that one just a little bit too long. That evens up the count, or correction, full count, 3-2.
This is going to be a huge pitch with a full count and 2 outs.
And here it comes, wind up in the pitch. Fouled. Fouled off the netting over the Hawkeyes dugout.
Talked about the plate discipline for Iowa. This at-bat really proving it, not swinging at the balls, but when there's strikes, fouling it off and making the opposition work.
Absolutely. And here again, the full count delivery. Foul tip right back behind Kenzie Hill. First base is open. Certainly don't want the runners to advance from second and third. Once again, Bobo, the wind up the pitch. Grounded towards and past shortstop. One run in. Shea got her glove on it, but wasn't able to knock that down. Probably wouldn't have had a play on it anyway. And the first run of the game is in on that single for the Hawkeyes. Now runners at first and third with 2 outs. That brings up the right fielder, Haven Montier.
Yeah, gotta make that play. Ball not that sharply hit. Smith was just trying to backhand that shit. Looks like she would have had time to get in front of it and get her momentum behind the throw, but you backhand it and the ball can eat you up like that.
Absolutely. Again, going to her right, it would have been a tough throw across her body to get the runner at first. Montier's a left-handed hitter. Steps up and takes that first pitch for a ball. Again, 1-0. If you can limit the damage right here, you're okay. You've got a lot more opportunities to bat, score runs. We know the Lopes can score runs. 0-1. Looked like a changeup. Fooled the hitter. Ran up on it. It was well low and outside. She still swung and missed. Bobo way ahead, 0-2. 2 outs, runners on first and third. 1 run in for the Hawkeyes. And the pitch. Runner's going to say, oh, that's going to hurt. Runner broke for second. Lorianne Olson went in front of second base to try to cut that off and get the runner at home, but didn't handle the throw, so the runner scores. So now that's 2 runs in. Sarah Kurtz was the runner at third, and now Allie Wood with the stolen base at second base.
Starts with communication from Smith. Got to call that ball off and tell Olsen that to let it go through. They probably would have had her at second.
Would have been tough. It seemed like a high throw. They would have had to make the catch, bring the tag down, and again, you hope you get that tag before the runner comes home from third. 1-2.
Ouch.
Not sure if that hit the bat or if it hit the runner. No, the batter was out of the batter's box, so we call that a strikeout.
At the end of 1.
So that's after 1 complete. Hawkeyes 2, Lopes 0, coming up to bat in the top of the second inning.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian,
The designated player.
All right, and we're back at the top of the second inning. That's right, the top of the second inning for the Lopes here in the 1:30 game of the Grand Canyon Invitational. Lopes taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Lopes with an early deficit, 2-0. The cleanup hitter for the Lopes is the designated player, Jordan Keaton. First pitch, takes a good swing. Could tell the pitch was inside. She fouled it well. Foul. And again, Allison Ducey on the mound for the Hawkeyes. Now she's working with a 2-0 advantage. Jordan Keaton Takes that high and outside. 1-1. After that first inning, Allison Ducey's ERA now below that 1.57 mark. Again, an outstanding ERA with a 3-3 record. The pitch. Keaton with the swing. Grounds to third. She's on to first. That's Sarah Kurtz on to Mallory Killian for the ground out, 5-3.
Good job charging that ball and not letting it eat you up. She also got it in fair territory and got it over the first quickly. That's a smart play.
Absolutely. Yeah, she lets that go. That's certainly a foul ball. And Jordan has another chance to hit.
And she's been dangerous.
Got a hot streak lately to get her up to that cleanup spot for Coach Pearson. Now the center fielder, Lainey Gomez. Lainey hitting .305 on the season. Jordan was at .400 to get her up to cleanup. One out, top of the second. Pitch, line down the left field line, but that goes foul. Had a nice swing on that one. 1-1. Again, top of the second. Lainey Gomez, 19 RBI on the season, one of the team leaders. Of course, nobody on to drive in here, so let's see if she gets driven in. Swing and a miss. Looked like a rise pitch. I think that came up a little bit from where she expected it. 1-2. Allison Ducey with a count in her favor.
Pitches coming in faster on these GCU hitters than I think they're expecting.
And that swing fouled down the left field line. Airly Bogar hustles over to make a nice catch in foul territory. You don't get to write a FO, foul out 6, very often in the scorebook. 2 outs, top of the second. Lopes still haven't gotten their first hit of the day yet. Right fielder Taylor Kay is the hitter, left-handed hitter. We need to get something going here. And she squares the bunt, lines it right to the pitcher. Again, probably not the execution that you want, but that was the result. So after 1.5, Lopes are getting ready to take the field. They're behind the Iowa Hawkeyes 2-0.
Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride, going to lopeshop.gcu.edu, finding everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the neatest accessories. Use promotional code GCUTV20 to get 20% off for being a GCU TV viewer. And let's paint the state purple. Lopes up.
Absolutely. I think there's plenty of purple up in Las Vegas as well right now for that Western Athletic Conference tournament. And I think within a couple of years, Alex, we should just go ahead and paint the nation purple.
I was going to say, I know a ton of people on the East Coast even that are taking online classes through GCU.
Absolutely. Alex, you said you had gone to Rutgers, so you know all about that. That's New Jersey, right?
Yes. Yep.
State College of New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't miss the weather.
There you go. Yeah, we're glad you're here. Yeah, the weather's not great today. It's kind of cloudy, overcast. We may get some rain tonight. So we apologize on behalf of the Iowa fans, but I'm sure it's better than 18 degrees and snow.
Absolutely. No doubt.
Bobo, first pitch in the bottom of the second. That's in there for a strike. Leading off for the Hawkeyes in the bottom of the second is their left fielder, Cheyenne Pratt. Left-handed hitter. Cheyenne's hitting .176 on the season. And of course, as I say that, she lines one into the corner where could have a play at second. Great throw into second base. Taylor Kay with a strong throw, but Cheyenne Pratt is in for a double.
And what a dangerous slide by Pratt into second. Not very good of a timing decision, and she's grabbing her knee because her knee went right into the base.
Yeah, looks like she's in a little bit of pain. Hope she's okay. That brings up the catcher, number 13, Devin Cantu. No outs, runner on second. Boy, Devin is just about stepping out of that box. She's taking full advantage of the size of the batter's box. That first pitch gets past Kenzie Hill. Cheyenne Pratt to left field. To left field, correction, to third base. She is the left fielder.
Yeah.
Be nice if she had gone to left field, then maybe we would have gotten that out. So now, once again, Lopes are in a little bit of trouble. Leadoff hitter at third, no outs. And that pitch pretty much takes the bunt call off. Sometimes you take that sacrificial out. But now, Devin Cantu, I'm sure, is going to swing away. And again, you take a look at her stance. She is almost out on both ends. That pitch inside and low.
Well, fortunately there, right? Almost getting her in the ankles.
Exactly. Got out of that just at the last possible moment. But again, Bobo struggling a little bit. She's down 2-0 on the count. So the number 8 hitter, you want to make sure you get these outs. And that pitch over the outside corner. Nice pitch for a strike. That's why, again, when you give up a couple runs in that first inning, you want to get those outs from the hitters at the bottom of the order. But instead, Cheyenne Pratt lined one into the corner in right field for a double. And Hopper to second base. The only play is on to first. Devin Cantu does her job. Ground out 4-3. First out of the inning, but the run scores. So an RBI on that ground out. And that brings up the number 9 hitter for the Hawkeyes, second baseman Daniela Ibarra. Again, a 200 hitter. Really got to get these outs before the top of the order comes back up. That pitch, inside for a ball. So again, bottom of the second. Hawkeyes are the home team this game of the tournament. Bobo with the wind and the pitch. Line shot, center field, right at Lainey Gomez. She makes a nice catch.
Yeah, fortunately too, because that is the 9 spot. Like you said, when you get up the early runs, you definitely want to get out the later spots, and she hit that one hard, just unfortunate.
Absolutely.
For her.
Right. Fortunately for us, Lainey made that catch. And now that brings up the leadoff hitter, batting for the second time in 2 innings. This is first baseman Mallory Killian. Mallory started with a base hit in the first inning and was forced at second. And the Lopes already has some action in their bullpen. Hopefully Bobo gets out of this and kind of readjusts a little bit. Ball inside for a ball, 2-0. Alexa Coons in the Lopes bullpen, starting to stretch out, get warmed up. Hopefully she won't have to come in quite yet.
10 innings last night.
Wow. Tell you what, the strain on these pitchers gets pretty intense. Bobo, like you said, pitched a great game last night against Georgetown. Change up on that one. And Killian way ahead of it, fouls well fouled down the left field line. That evens the count at 2. 2 outs. Lopes need to get out of this inning, end the damage, and then get back up and hit. 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Mallory Killian, the leadoff hitter. And a swing and a miss. And Kenzie applies the tag. We'll go K2 on that. But the Hawkeyes did get a run. 1 hit, no runners left on base after 1.5. After 2 complete. Iowa Hawkeyes 3, Grand Canyon Lopes 0.
Sarah, I'm a senior at GCU studying hospitality management. Since the program started, it's already grown so much. There's so many opportunities for students to be able to learn outside of the classroom. We have the golf course, we have the hotel, the restaurant. My professors are industry professionals. It makes me feel comfortable knowing that I'm being trained in relevant information. When you graduate from GCU with a hospitality degree, people know that you're prepared. I think it makes you better equipped to handle any situation. It makes you more valuable, especially here in Phoenix when there's so many opportunities. The best part about being a GCU student is just the fact that I'm in a community where everyone supports me and everyone wants to see me succeed. One of the things I love about GCU is just the importance they place on servant leadership. I serve in the children's ministry, teaching Sunday school. It's incredibly rewarding. GCU is helping me find my purpose.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian,
And we're back here for the top of the 3rd inning. Thank you for joining us on GCU TV for this afternoon's softball game featuring the Grand Canyon University Antelopes, the road team on today's game, and the Iowa Hawkeyes from the Big Ten Conference. Hawkeyes with a quick 3-0 lead. And the Lopes still have to get their first hit of the day. That first pitch called strike. Leading off the top of the third is Kaylee Dietrich, the first baseman for the Lopes. And again, Allison Ducey, after 2 shutout innings, now pitching with a 3-run lead. That pitch called for a strike.
Definitely hitting her spots just as well now as she was before. Of course, only the 3rd inning, but GCU, like you said, needs to get something going.
Absolutely. The Hawkeye pitchers have been enjoying their time here in Phoenix. A couple of great outings so far. That one kind of got away. Like to use the old just a bit outside, but that didn't even make it. That was barely out of the circle. I think that hit her leg, but she's okay. She's still well ahead of the hitter. And the pitch, high and outside for ball 2. All right, Lopes, we need a base runner. Whether it's a walk, a hit, an error, let's get somebody on base. Let's get some action going here. Again, Kaylee Dietrich, the hitter. Pitch fouled straight back. Kaylee's hitting .231 on the season. She's a freshman. Kaylee's local. She's from Gilbert, Arizona. Swing just foul. I think that was an off-speed pitch, just a little bit ahead of it. Fouled it down the left field line. Count remains 2-2.
Yeah, switch up there because these Lopes batters have been swinging a bit late on the pitches against Ducey lately.
It's kind of interesting, the strategy. Wind up in the pitch, pops straight up. Third baseman Sarah Kurtz takes it. Oh, she drops it, and it's foul. That will count as an error against Sarah Kurtz, but because it was foul, doesn't cause any damage for the Hawkeyes.
Man, that's embarrassing. That's a play as a Big Ten Division I player you gotta make, but she'll try to bounce back.
Absolutely. That pitch fouled at the plate. Kaylee's hanging in there. This is turning into a good at bat. Good at bat for the freshman. Yeah, you're right, Alex. Big Ten, this is one of the Power 5 conferences, one of the best conferences in the nation. Simple pop-up. You got to make that catch.
Starting third baseman.
And the 2-2 delivery. High and outside. Ball 3. If I remember correctly, this is, I think, the first 3-ball count.
Yeah, and GCU trying to punish Kurtz, really, for that free at-bat again here.
Exactly. Make this hurt. The pitch. Ooh, wow. Fouled. About 300 feet foul. Just a little bit ahead of that one again. Hard to tell. Sometimes, again, with the lower place hitters, I don't know if you necessarily want to speed up their bats, giving them that off-speed delivery, especially if their top hitters haven't been catching up to the fastballs. 3-2. Pitch is outside, and there is the first base runner of the day for the Lopes. Kaylee Dietrich coaxes a walk out of Allison Ducey. And now we have a runner on first. Maddie Dowdle, the left fielder. Pinch runner coming in for the Lopes is number 15, Christine Bellavia, a freshman from Tucson.
And just try to push your first run across the board here. Doesn't matter how you get a base runner, walk, single, hit by pitch, you got it.
And you had mentioned earlier, Allison Ducey, that is just her 12th walk of the season. So see if the Lopes can take advantage. Maddie is squaring as if to bunt, pulls the bat back, pops up behind second base, but Daniela Ibarra makes the catch. Hate to say this, but that's kind of a wasted at bat.
Well, yeah, absolutely a wasted at bat.
You want to be able to advance the runners, and to take that bat back without the bunt, pops up, easy catch for Ibarra at second base.
So Nikki Gonzalez may be pinch hitting.
Yeah, you are correct, Alex. Coming in, number 26, Nikki Gonzalez. Think she'll stand and catch?
I don't know, but this is exactly what you want if you want an offensive spark. Gonzalez can get one back in the swing of a bat.
You know, that'd be good. Let's go ahead and do that.
A two back here.
Nikki takes that first pitch for a strike. Once again, Hawkeyes with a 3-0 lead, top of the third. Ducey with the wind and the pitch. High and outside. Ball one. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Runner on first. Again, that is the pinch runner, Christine Bellavia. Nikki Gonzalez, you can see Coach Pearson making some moves already, trying to get something going. Pitch, line to left. Cheyenne Pratt with the catch. Again, I think maybe off-speed delivery got ahead of that a little bit. Didn't quite get the good swing on there. Fly it out to left for the second out of the inning. That brings us up to the top of the order. Second baseman, Lorianne Olson. Strikeout victim, her first time at bat.
Yeah, not a very good at bat for her.
And that was grounded right to the third baseman. On to first, that's Sarah Kurtz to Mallory Killian. And again, we thought we might have something going there with our leadoff walk, but after that, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base after 2.5. Hawkeyes 3, Lopes 0. Alex?
Enjoy the joyous energy of Anything Goes, the latest musical from the College of Fine Arts and Production. Catch the show in Ethington Theater March 16th through the 18th and the 23rd through the 25th. Tickets available at gcu.edu/anything.
Tell you what, Alex, I don't know if you have ever had a chance to see a production in Ethington Theater. College of Fine Arts and Productions is outstanding.
A lot of the things GCU does here are outstanding, and I've heard nothing but good things about the fine arts here.
Absolutely. Their dean is Claude Pensis. He's a Midwesterner. He's a lifelong Packer backer, just as I am. Good man, great productions. So if you have a chance, fans, get out there to Anything Goes this weekend and next.
That's more information than I would have been able to give.
Well, that's a benefit of being on campus for 6 years now. Get to know a lot of these good folks. And again, all across the board. Academics, athletics, activities. This is a good place to be, Alex.
Yeah, good place regardless on what side. You're a student or a teacher.
Yeah, indeed. I'm a faculty member here. Love it. College of Education. But now here we are in the bottom of the third. Again, Bobo on the mound. Leading off the bottom of the third for the Hawkeyes is Airly Bogar, the shortstop. She hit into a fielder's choice that first inning, but came around to score the first run of the game for the Hawkeyes. 1-0. Pitch grounded to second. Kind of bobbled. Oh, she doesn't get it in time. It's Lorianne Olson. Ball hit right to her. Wasn't able to make the play. That'll be an error on Lorianne Olson. So again, nobody out, runner on first. That brings up the number 3 hitter, third baseman Sarah Kurtz. She was hit by a pitch her first time at bat, also came around to score.
Yeah, the difference between the good teams and the great teams is how they capitalize when they get free base runners.
Like that, right up the middle. Base hit to center field. And that's the thing again, if you recall that last inning, Sarah dropped that easy pop-up. Great thing about sports, you always get another chance. She comes up to bat, makes up for it with her bat.
Yeah, and Lulu really wanting a second chance because that air certainly not one of her finest. An easy play.
Yeah, exactly. Now, runners at first and second with no outs. And the cleanup hitter, Mackenzie Schneider, the designated player, strikeout victim her first time at bat. .250 hitter on the season prior to that first at bat. But again, I'm sure she's there because she's a clutch hitter. And this is, again, a make or break opportunity. Hawkeyes up by 3. Lopes are still in it. We need to get these outs here. The wind and the pitch. Little low. Looked like it hit the outside corner. Joe Coates calls that a ball. 1-1. Mackenzie Schneider, right-handed hitter. The pitch, fouled Bobo with the 1 and 2 advantage. And again, when you get ahead of the hitters, you really need to get the outs. Got to finish it up.
Yeah, especially with runners on base and no outs.
Again, Bobo with 2 strikeouts on the day. Do we make it a third? Nope. Line drive right over the third base bag. Coates calls that fair. That's going to end up in a double. An RBI double for Schneider right down the third base line, over the bag, into the corner. Runners now at second and third. 1 run in, nobody out. Hawkeyes with a 4-0 lead. Brings up center fielder Allie Wood. She had a single and a stolen base that first inning. RBI single. Bobo's in a little bit of trouble. First pitch inside for a ball.
Not quite the outing she was hoping for, giving up at least a run in each inning so far, and Iowa threatening to blow this one open.
Exactly. And again, after such a stellar performance last night.
Mm-hmm.
That pitch on the outside corner called for a strike. 1-1. Yeah, if you can somehow limit the damage right now with only the 1 run, still have a chance. But if a couple of these runs score, boy, that makes it awfully tough to come back. The pitch inside.
Well, that's not good.
Hit by pitch, loads the bases. And again, you almost wondered, it didn't look like she really did make an effort to get out of the way. Had an opportunity maybe to get that one called back, but Joe Coates said no, she was hit, loads the bases.
Well, and you can never really accuse them of doing something, but yeah, that's got to be called into question. I mean, Kuhn's coming in right now.
Absolutely. We have a couple of changes for the Hawkeyes. We'll have a pinch hitter, number 16, Brooke Rozier, sophomore, coming in to hit for Haven Montier. And for the Lopes, the new pitcher, number 2, Alexa Coons, a freshman. Going to come in and try to limit the damage. Alexa, a freshman from Tucson, Arizona. Again, one of several Arizona products here on the GCU Lopes.
Now pitching for GCU, number 2.
So we'll get the stats a little bit later, but Bobo not even able to get an out in the third inning. So 2 complete plus 4 runs in already, not all of them earned. But the bases loaded. These 3 runs would be charged to Bobo unless Alexa can really come through and get these outs.
Yeah, and you talk about the workload put on these pitchers. Now this becomes tough because Coons was involved in a long, over 3.5-hour, 10-inning game against Georgetown last night. Came out on the losing end 6-5, 6 walks and 6 strikeouts. But now she's really being looked upon to almost save this game and get him out of a real tight spot that could blow this thing open.
Absolutely. Well, let's see if she can come through. Again, the pinch hitter, Brooke Rozier, for the Hawkeyes, comes in with nobody out, bases loaded, takes that first pitch outside for a ball.
If I'm not mistaken, Coons had the visor on yesterday. No visor today.
All the fielders wearing caps, even though the skies are cloudy. Oh boy, wild pitch. That advances the run. No, hit by pitch. The official call on that is another hit batter. Tough way to bring in a run, but it brings in a run nonetheless. So the runners all advance. Base is still loaded. Nobody out. That brings up. Oh, looks like we have another pinch hitter coming in. Cheyenne Pratt was a scheduled hitter. Number 19, Elizabeth DeShields, coming in for the Hawkeyes. Again, the Hawkeyes played right before this, so maybe this is a chance for their coaching staff to get in some of the non-starters.
And it also looks like Iowa may have eyes on, really getting some more runs on the board here, not stopping at 2 because you're pulling out batters that were 136 and 176, and in a 5-0 game, you don't usually do that, but trying to blow it open.
Good point, Alex. Hate to see that at the expense of the Lopes. And again, this is my second time doing the play-by-play. First time we got run ruled by South Dakota. I may not be invited to come back.
Well, you know, for the people who believed in that superstitious stuff, they may have something to say, but, you know, as the statistics analytics men we are up here in the booth, we all understand.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you have games like this. That pitch fouled off. 1-1. Alexa Kuhn needing to throw strikes here. Got to get these outs. Again, the lower half of the order. These are the outs you need to get. And it's interesting, again, Elizabeth DeShield pinch hitting for a batter who had a double to lead off the second inning. 1-1. Looks like a changeup, just low.
Wanted to swing there.
Well, I tell you what, it looked like Joe Coates almost wanted to call that one a strike too, but just couldn't pull up that right arm. 2-1. No place to put the hitter. Got to throw strikes here. Need to throw strike. The pitch. High and outside, 3-1. This is a hitter's count, and you do not have any place to put this hitter.
No, and you don't start to worry yet, but if Lexi can't start to throw strikes here, you really put yourself in a hole because you got another game at 6:30.
Exactly. Taking on the Golden Gophers, another Big Ten foe. And that pitch is fouled down the left field line. 3-2. Yeah, things don't get any easier for the Lopes. Again, this weekend taking on Georgetown, Iowa now, University of Minnesota later.
Based on conferences, they got the two easier ones, quotation marks, out of the way. Now they got two Big Ten.
That pitch fouled, and that hits the netting, out of play. I think once you talk about these Power 5 conferences, there aren't really a whole lot of easy teams to play.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, yeah, you got to pick and choose what you call easy and what you consider as easy.
Exactly. And Alex is here, for those of you who can't see it, air quoting everything. That pitch high and outside, that is ball 4.
You can't
and
do
another
that.
run is in.
Well, now the inevitable comes into your mind. You have to think that they're worried about getting this thing ended early on them.
And what is the run rule? Is it 8 runs, 10 runs?
They have to play 5, so it's 8 after 5 or 6 if they're winning by more than 8 after the 5th inning.
Okay.
Because a couple of years ago it used to be 10 after 4, but then they changed it to where you had to play 5 because teams were coming back.
Sure. Make that more competitive. And again, folks, we're not saying that the Lopes can't do this. You look at their statistics, their batting order is filled with 300 and 400 hitters. So sometimes it's just that spark. You need that spark. You need something to come in and say, look, this is enough. Let's start hitting. Let's start running. Let's start scoring some runs. So we're not out of it. Want to stay together here on GCU TV, Lopes and the Hawkeyes.
GCU, a team that gets the runs late. They love to score runs late, and they like to score them in bunches.
All right, well, let's see if we can do that. Maybe we can turn a double play. Devin Cantu, the catcher, now batting. First pitch way outside, ball 1. Again, Alexa Kuhn's needing to get ahead of the hitters. You don't want to put the hitters at the advantage. Devin Cantu grounded second to first, her first time up in the second inning. Now batting with bases loaded and a 1-0 count in her favor. Ball low, 2-0. Again, Alexa, we need to have strikes. We need to get this batter to your advantage. 2-0. Still nobody out. Bases loaded. That pitch on the outside corner called for a strike. That seems to be where Joe Coates likes it.
Yeah, and Lexi's going to have to adapt there because she's it. There's no one in the pen. She is expected to work through it and will herself to throw strikes.
Well, it looks like now, though, as you say that, Mariah Valencia heading out to the bullpen.
Yeah.
Maybe Coach Pearson is saying, look, we've got to get somebody out here who can throw some strikes and get some outs.
Well, let's check if she was listening into the broadcast to see if she heard us.
I'd be willing to bet Coach Pearson has better things to do than listen to a couple of knuckleheads like us
absolutely.
talk about her team. And the pitch. Called strike.
She was getting ready to run down to first on the walk, and then she pulled back. I think she realized, she was like, "Oh shoot, that's not a ball."
And I don't know a lot of umpires who like it when the hitters start to do that before the call is made. Full count, 3-2, nobody out. The pitch, fouled off the netting, right over the Lopes dugout here in this beautifully renovated GCU softball stadium. 3-2, nobody out. Bases still loaded. Seems like bases have been loaded all afternoon.
Yeah, and just getting out here if you're GCU. You're still working with Noah. Get the monkey off your back.
Called strike 3. That's, I think, the first pitch over the inside corner that Joe Coates has called for a strike, but a beautiful pitch for the first out of the inning. And again, I just wonder, umpires are human too. I wonder if he had that memory of a few moments ago, Devin Cantu, halfway down the first base line, saying, stay in here and hit. It's always interesting, though, that dynamic then when the catchers are the hitters, because next inning, when Devin comes back in, wonder if she'll say, yeah, that maybe is not the best move on my part.
Yeah, well, like you said, umps love to ring up players that think it's a walk, but it's a strike.
Absolutely. And now,
oh my gosh.
Daniela Ibarra, the hitter, she grounded one that Sierra Smith picked up, stepped on third, and then it was called foul.
The third base runner didn't even go. Bases loaded. I have no idea what she was thinking there.
Yeah, I just wonder if just didn't see it well or just kind of wanted to be an obstruction for a second. Again, Daniela Ibarra, she had lined out Delaney Gomez in center field for the second out of the second inning. Up to bat now with the bases loaded. 200 hitter on the season as play entered in this one. 1-1. Lined, just beyond the glove of Shea Smith. And that brings in 2 runs. Boy, talk about this game being a game of inches. That easily could have been a 6-3 double play. Instead, it's a 2-run single.
Well, Smith bending at the back, not the knees, and it just snuck right under the glove again. A Division I play that you're recruited to make. It's a routine ball, but that's why GCU's struggling here.
Absolutely. Now down 8-0 after a 5-run third. Still 1 out, 2 runners on, and the leadoff hitter, Mallory Killian. That first pitch called for a ball. 8-0 in favor of the Hawkeyes in the bottom of the third. 2 runners on, 1 out. Mallory Killian, the first baseman. The pitch, lined right up the middle again. Into center field, we're gonna have a play at the plate. The throw, not in time. Beautiful throw, but I tell you what, good base running on the part of Elizabeth DeShield to come in and score.
Well, now Iowa just opening up the floodgates, and here comes Valencia.
And the third pitcher of the day for the Lopes. We're not even through the third inning yet.
Oh, wait, no, this is Bobo again.
Oh, you're right, number 17, Bobo coming back in.
Well, yeah, the things are just, they're clearly GCU not wanting to use pitchers here for the second game. They're just trying to get out of this as fast as they can here, bringing in another pitcher, and maybe, you never want to admit it, but maybe conceding defeat here, only because the pitching staff, it runs so short sometimes. You have so many games, you only have so many options if you run into a couple innings of trouble.
Exactly. And again, the Lopes already having played 26 games. This is the 27th game of the season. And as you say, sometimes with these invitationals, these tournaments, they're playing 4, 6 games over a 2 or 3 day period. And that puts a lot of wear and tear on these young student athletes.
And definitely one of the better teams of better conferences they faced all season, obviously. Not obviously to knock on any of the teams they played, but simply it's a Big Ten team. I mean, these girls used to playing Michigan, Ohio State, on a season basis.
Exactly. Exactly. So let's see what we can do. Bobo's had a chance to kind of regroup a little bit. Shortstop, Arilee Bogar. Interesting, she's 0 for 2 on the day, but she's been on twice and has scored 2 runs.
Fielder's choice in an air. Let's see what happens when you get on base.
Exactly. Good things. You put the ball in play. And the rule of thumb is 2 out of 3 things that happen are good. And now she's hit by a pitch. Loads the bases.
I wonder if there's a run rule in 3 innings if it gets too bad. There's Valencia up again in the pen.
Well, let's hope we don't find out about that run rule in 3.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But again, 9-0, 1 out, bases loaded, and the number 3 hitter is up. Sarah Kurtz, the third baseman, batting for the 2nd time this inning. She had a run-producing single her last time up. And again, these Hawkeye hitters, it seems like everything is right back up the middle. Of course, that's the most defenseless position. Pitchers with their follow-throughs and not that far from home plate. Good opportunity for hits. We need some outs. Sarah Kurtz, bases loaded, 1 out. Hawkeyes up by 9. That pitch low and outside. One and 1. Sarah Kurtz batting for the 3rd time in 3 innings. That pitch lined down the third base line, knocked down by Smith. 2 runners in. Now we've got to play at third. That runner is out at third. Little greedy.
Well, you can be.
Bogar. But again, a single down the third base line. That did bring in 2 runs. So now it's 11-0. Kurtz makes it to second on that play. 2 outs, runner at second. And now Mackenzie Schneider. Designated player hit by pitch.
Gotta stop putting runners on. Just lob it in there at a certain point. Just try and get out. Keep the ball in play and let your defense finally make a play, because they will.
That is the 5th hit batter in 3 innings. Clearly, Bobo's not trying to do that, especially when you're down 11. You don't want to put anybody else on base. But that's just a control issue.
Yeah, control issue, and at this point, really something that they're just trying to finish out, run out the clock here, and try and focus for the next game at 6:30.
Absolutely. Again, the great thing about sports, you always get another chance. Lopes play a little bit later on today against the Golden Gophers of the University of Minnesota. This is Allie Wood, center fielder. 1 for 1 on the day. She's been on twice. She's one of the batters who had been hit by a pitch in the earlier this 3rd inning. She had a single in the 1st. 0-1, the pitch. Line down the right field line, just again over the Hawkeyes dugout.
2 strikes now. Don't lose this batter. Gotta get her.
Exactly. I think that's maybe the first time we said this is a 2-strike pitch. But again, let's see what we can do. And then the Lopes come up to bat in the top of the 4th. Make a game of this. The pitch. Foul towards the Lopes dugout. Still 0-2. Yeah, you look at the scoreboard for 3 innings, 2, 1, and 8, right by the name Lopes, and you think, okay, that's a good day for the Lopes, but, oh, that's right. We're the visitors in this game. The pitch. High and outside, throw down to first. Runner safe there, but good heads-up base running. Sarah Kurtz was at second. She's now at third.
And with the way they've been playing, I'd like to see her just eat that ball and not risk a throw into right field and letting another run come across.
Good point. And that pitch is lined, bounced over Kaylee Dietrich into right field. Runners at first and third. That brings in another run, the 9th run of the inning. 12-0. Runners at first and third. Brings up center fielder Allie Wood. Again for the second time in the 3rd inning. Takes a strike. Again, this is beyond batting around for the Hawkeyes. They've had a remarkable inning.
And you said it, Paul. I think pretty safe to say you will not be invited back.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice working with you, Alex. And that one's grounded to Lorianne Olson. Makes the play, ends the inning. But boy, that was a tough one for the Lopes. The Hawkeyes score 9. Leave a runner, but after 3 completes. Hawkeyes 12, Lopes 0 on GCU TV. And let's hear about STEM.
GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Hello, Phoenix. This is Jerry Colangelo from Grand Canyon University. You can join the GCU community by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors and get the support you need to excel. I look forward to seeing you on campus.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit GCU.
And we are back on GCU TV. Tough day here at the beautiful, newly renovated softball stadium here at Grand Canyon University, part of the 10-2 campaign. Lopes are down 12-0 as we begin the 4th inning. If there's any consolation, we have one of the best hitters in the Western Athletic Conference coming up to bat. 2-time hitter of the week, that's Shea Smith. She bunts it, and she's there at first base. Look for the official score. Are we giving that a base hit or an error? We're giving that a base hit. The first hit of the day for the Lopes. Shea Smith now 1 for 2 on the day. We'll take that. That brings up 3rd baseman Sierra Smith.
Yeah, that's a tough play on the shoe tops. I don't even think if that would have been caught at first, that would have been in time anyway.
Grounded right back up the box. All right, shortstop can't make the play.
Here come the errors from Iowa.
Airly Bogar.
Not the errors, but...
Again, look for the official scoring. Hit or an error on that play.
Did you say plus E6? Yeah, so she would get the plus E6.
And we're still waiting for that official score. Believe that's going to be an error on the shortstop. Probably a play that she could make. Probably one of those that, like you say, the Big Ten shortstop probably makes that play 98 times out of 100.
Well, you got to, and it's just a step on second, throw it over to first for a double play, too.
And that one's grounded right up the middle. That's Jordan Keaton with the base hit. That loads the bases. Again, Lopes being fairly conservative on the base paths. That single now loads the bases. See, we were talking about that. Get back up to bat. Go up with some confidence. Good things happen. That was...
Starting to hit the ball. Starting to hit the ball now, like you said, yeah. And all it takes is a bases loaded, no outs for get some runs back on the board.
Absolutely. Sorry about that, Alex. And again, first pitch hitting, Lainey Gomez flies to left. Tagging up is Shea Smith, and she scores. There goes the shutout for the Hawkeyes. Of course, that could be an unearned run because of that error by the shortstop, but we'll take it. Sac fly. F7 on that. First out, but an RBI for Lainey Gomez. That brings up right fielder Taylor Kay. Taylor's batted once. She squared to bunt and lined it right to the pitcher. And again, we still have Allison Ducey out there now for her 4th inning of work. 1 run in. Again, we'll We'll check the official score to see if that's an unearned run, but first run in for the Lopes. Change up. High for a ball. 1-1.
Lopes just trying to get it within 8. The new run rule, of course, after you have to play 5 and then it's 8. Used to be 10 and 4.
That pitch low for a ball.
So only need to get to 5 runs here in the next 2 innings.
Well, considering now that's the first run of the day, that may be a tall order, but we have runners at first and second.
Grand slam, we're doing in one swing.
There you go. Only thing is, we need one more runner on base. So they're pretty strict about that grand slam rule with not having bases loaded. But again, let's see what we can do. Taylor Kay, left-handed hitter, little slap hitter, takes a step up. Foul ball. That would have loaded the bases nicely, and that would have set up for the grand slam. So tough with these slap hitters when it seems like they're halfway to first base when they put the ball in play. Wind in the pitch. Called third strike. Joe Coates with that little delayed call. It took a look, kind of took a couple of little shuffle steps. Rang her up for the second out of the inning. That brings up first baseman Kaylee Dietrich. She walked her only plate appearance of the day. Inside corner for a strike. That's again that Joe hasn't given a lot of those inside corners. I think so many of these batters are so close to the plate. Seems like it's either going to hit the batter or be called for a strike.
Well, it's like if it's a strike, how do you hit it then without swinging early and pulling it foul? That's a tough strike.
Exactly. And then the very next pitch, outside corner for a strike. Hitters, okay, we'll give you one. It's awfully tough. And that one's grounded to pitcher. Allison Ducey takes that easily with a throw to first base. After 3.5, the Lopes are on the board. They're trailing the Hawkeyes 12-1. Alex, what do you got?
Support the dance department at the Spring Student Spotlight Dance Concert. Enjoy inspirational choreography performed by GCU students and celebrate, once again, the arts March 13th and 14th in Thunderground. And that is 3 and 4 days away.
And once again, I tell you what, little plug for our friends in the College of Fine Arts and Production. Their dance concerts are remarkable. So much talent. So much talent on these young student athletes. And again, keep in mind, everybody, these are student athletes, and especially the women's softball team, I believe, last year had the second highest cumulative GPA for a team in the nation.
Yeah, that's in the nation. I mean, that's not just conference, that's not just region, that's the nation. And you're talking about schools like, you know, the Yales, the Harvards, the Michigan, and that's impressive.
Exactly. I like to think of Yale and Harvard as kids who couldn't get in at GCU. You know, I'll either go to GCU, Stanford. Well, I can't make it at GCU. I'll go to Stanford. I'll go to Harvard. Yeah, they're pretty smart. We're pretty smart here, too. And again, I've been fortunate enough to have some of these kids in my classes. Not one of them ever asks for anything. They know they're going to be traveling. They're going to miss some time because of games and trips. They're out there doing their work. I'm awfully proud of these student athletes. Across the board. All right, bottom of the fourth. Hawkeyes leading 12-1. Lopes are on the board.
Valencia is on the mound.
And leading off for the Hawkeyes, number 27, Cheyenne Pratt. Cheyenne started the game in left field. She was pinch hit for, but now she's back. First pitch in for a strike from Bobo. That's the start you want to see. Wind in the pitch, outside for ball. And again, part of this, at this point, Lopes playing for pride. We don't want anybody in the Big Ten to say, yeah, the WAC is not that good. So they're going to be out there playing hard. You know that. The wind in the pitch on the 1-1 delivery. Kind of an awkward swing. by Pratt. Bobo's ahead 1-2.
Yeah, well, GCU actually putting Valencia on the mound, and her stuff seems to be working a little bit better on him.
Working better. That's a strikeout. You're right. I guess I didn't even see that. Mariah Valencia in, gets the first hitter on the strikeout. 1 up and 1 down. Here in the bottom of the 4th. And we have another replacement for the Hawkeyes. Devin Cantu had been the starting catcher.
Again, one of those.
Oh, that's a foul ball. That hit the bat. I think that hit the nub of the bat. This one is number 4, Taylor Libby. She had actually come in last inning. I think Devin Cantu had caught the previous game, and with this big lead, let's get another player in. So Taylor Libby, sophomore catcher for the Hawkeyes. She flies one high to left field, and that one's caught. That's Maddie Dowdle on the catch. F7 for the putout. 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 4th. Mariah coming in and throwing strikes, getting the hitters.
Well, and so clearly they brought Bobo in at the end of last inning to give her more time to warm up. I would guess, though, she's going to get the start next game, but I could be wrong.
Great point. Daniela Ibarra fouls one. In for the Lopes, that's number 9, Haley Freeman, has come in to play third base. We got some changes all over the place. We'll try to get those in for you. Looks like Kamale Santiago at short, Jordan Keaton at second. With a game like this, fly to left field, and we make the catch. 3 up and 3 down. Hawkeyes proving to be human. And Mariah comes in to shut down the Hawkeyes in the bottom of the 4th inning. Score is still 12-1. See, what do we have? We've got, let's get this commercial again about the Christian nature of Grand Canyon University.
I'm Christian Talon, and I'm earning my bachelor's in information technology at Grand Canyon University. I really wanted to be able to integrate my faith and career, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to go to GCU. One of my favorite ways to do that is by being a part of the life groups on campus. It's a great place to come and study the Bible and have that community experience. Cyber threats are a growing problem for companies and individuals alike. A lot of resources online are under scrutiny of attack. I found it my purpose to try and help businesses and Christian foundations and defend themselves against those attacks. One of the great benefits of going to GCU is that we as students get access to the state-of-the-art IT labs that the university is setting up for us. I really feel like the professors at GCU have invested in me personally. They're always encouraging and providing me with the resources to further my own education and really just grow my interest and passion for technology.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit GCU.
And we're back on GCU TV for this afternoon's softball game featuring the Grand Canyon University Antelopes and the Iowa Hawkeyes. It's been all Hawkeyes today with a 12-1 lead. And they're bringing in a relief pitcher, not because Allison Ducey wasn't getting outs, but a 12-1 lead. So they're going to let Erin Riding finish this one out. Her first pitch in for a strike. Maddie Dowdle, the left fielder, will lead things off in the top of the 5th for the Lopes. Again, we've got the 8-run rule in play. If we don't score 4, this thing's over. That pitch grounded towards short. On to first for the out. Airly Bogar on to first base, 6-3, the put out. 1 out. That brings up Nikki Gonzalez. Nikki had come in the 3rd inning, flew out to left. Coach Pearson was trying to shake some things up, get some offense. So far today, that hasn't worked. Nice pitch on the outside corner. Erin Riding's got good pace on that pitch. Gets ahead. And again, with a 12-1 lead, Coach says, just throw strikes.
That's right, and this happened. Oh my gosh, talk about a strike there. Early swing.
She was anticipating that fastball, got a changeup. It still hasn't gotten to the plate yet. There it is.
Yeah.
Really nice changeup. Tough to see out of the pitcher's hands. 0-2, and that pitch low and outside. Good take. Nikki Gonzalez now the hitter with 1-2. 1 out. Again, Hawkeyes up 12-1 here on GCU TV. Aaron riding the wind and the pitch. Fouled straight back. Not quite straight back, just between home and the Hawkeyes dugout. It's been all Hawkeyes today. Kind of see the power of a Power 5 conference in the Big Ten. But you know the Lopes are going to go down to their last strike, their last out. Little bit high on that changeup. I think half the Hawkeyes were expecting the catcher to make that throw down to third to throw it around the horn.
Well, I was getting ready for Coates to pull back.
Exactly. And the pitch. Line to left, and that's beyond the left fielder. Nikki heading to second. She's going to pull up with a one-out double. Nice drive down the left field corner. Cheyenne Pratt had no chance to make that catch in left field. All right. Runner on second. Lorianne Olson, the hitter. Coach Pearson looking at the bench again, bringing in a pinch runner. This is number 7, Taylor Titone. Coming in for Nikki Gonzalez, who doubled.
Pinch running for GCU, number 7, Taylor Titone.
All right, let's see if the Lopes can bring in some more runs. Let's extend this thing. What do you say? We've got time. We don't want it to end right now.
More than capable of it.
Absolutely. Lorianne Olson came into the game with a .304 batting average. 0 for 2 on the day, so that average is below 300. Strikeout to open the game and then grounded 5-3 in the third. See what she does in the fifth. That one's grounded over the pitcher's head. That's going to be a base hit. Lorianne with an infield single. Now we have runners at first and third. That one, as soon as it bounced over Aaron Riding's head, there was no play whatsoever. With Lorianne's speed, no chance. This brings up pinch hitter, number 10. Actually, she had been in the game at shortstop. This is number 10, Kamale Santiago. She takes a healthy swing at that first pitch. I think she wanted that grand slam even without the bases being loaded.
Yeah.
She makes contact with that thing. That may hit into one of those dorms. The Grove would be in danger. And some raindrops are coming down this afternoon. A little bit of a breeze going left to right. Hasn't been a factor today. Kamale, I have to put in this little plug. She is in my cultural diversity class. She's a terrific student, terrific young lady. So I'm glad to see her get some playing time today. She takes a swing at that pitch, 1-2. She's from Hawaii.
Well, and hate to say it, but you can really tell she's coming in cold, well behind the fastballs so far, both of them.
And that pitch, I think Alex and I are both looking at each other, waiting for Joe to ring her up on that one. He's called that pitch earlier today, but Kamale gets the benefit of that call. 2-2. I'm thinking fastball right here. Boom.
Yep.
Tell you what, you kind of fool a hitter with a changeup. You don't get a call. You know what? Just put down the number 1. My best against your best. Let's see what you do. And Kamale does go down and strike out. Number 9, Haley Freeman, the hitter. She had come in for Sierra Smith. Now 2 outs, grounds it beyond the third baseman. Shortstop makes the play, out at first. Nice play. Thought maybe that would have snuck in for a base hit, but that is the last out of the ball game. That 8-run rule now coming in. The Lopes have batted in the 5th, and the final score of this game is 12-1 in favor of the Hawkeyes. They meet at home plate to congratulate each other. It's going to be kind of a tough series of handshakes for the Lopes when you get spanked 12-1.
Yeah, but you said it all day. I mean, you get a second chance, especially with a tournament like this, and at the plate specifically. But all of these players are going to get second chances to all be able to regroup. They lost in 10 to Georgetown. First time came back, run-ruled in the next game.
Absolutely. That's a great thing about sports. And again, this level of competition Coach Pearson, I had a chance to talk to her earlier. She wanted to play these tough teams, and they may get their teeth kicked in every once in a while. Those were her words. But then that's going to make them ready for the Western Athletic Conference. They are the defending champions. This year, they want to be able to qualify for that tournament.
Yeah, and not only does it help them practice, but it just helps recruits want to come there more. You see them playing these big teams. Those are the teams you want to be playing.
Absolutely. You're playing some of the best competition in the nation. Come on down to Grand Canyon University. It's a beautiful campus, beautiful ballpark, and great coaching staff. I think good things are on the way for the Lopes. But that's going to wrap it up for us here. I'm here with Alex Larson. Again, my name is Paul Denuser, and I may never work here for Grand Canyon University again after being 0 for 2 on these games, but it's been a lot of fun. Alex, good working with you. The final score today, Hawkeyes 12, Lopes 1, but the Lopes will be back in action, and we'll have that on GCU TV later tonight, correct?
Yes, sir. Dewey Jeffries and I will be on that.
All right, good team, Alex and Dewey. I don't think Dewey's been 10-run ruled all season, has he?
No, he is not. We're ready to go.
All right, well, Dewey and Alex will have that call, so we invite you to come back to GCU TV later on today. Lopes and the Gophers. That's it from Grand Canyon University for this afternoon. Once again, the final score, Iowa Hawkeyes 12, Grand Canyon University's 1. Thank you, and good day, everybody.